Alright, Shalom. Like, we are the real Hebrew Israelites, come out week in, week out, in season, out of season, to wake up the true biblical Israelites, which are your so-called blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. Wake you up to this truth, the knowledge of your God, because your God liveth, man. Right? And to forewarn you about the judgment that's coming to the place. Wake you up to your nationality, wake you up to righteousness. Right? Scripture says in 1 Corinthians, awake to righteousness. Right? So you can prepare yourself, seek the Lord, have a righteous life, man. A righteous, fulfilling life, and ultimately make it to the kingdom of heaven. That's the goal. Right? Get Ezekiel 33. Sorry, verse 1. Right? Ezekiel 33 and 1.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman.
Yeah, so the Lord said, when I bring a sword, the Lord is going to bring a sword. He didn't say if I bring a sword, hope, maybe you never know. He said when I bring the sword, man. And we know Esau is the main one with the sword, man.
That's right.
Right? The Lord said the wicked is thy sword. Right? What's that? Psalm 17:13. You get that. Right? Because Esau was blessed with the sword, man. Hey, what's our brother's nationality? Is that our people? Only people ever can answer that question.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Yeah, so the wicked is the Lord's sword, man. Right? And we know the wicked is the Edomites, man.
That's right.
They're the wicked. Yes, man. Those are the wicked on the earth, man. Right? So the so-called white man is the wicked, and he's the sword. He's the one that comes to bring that death on the earth, man. Right? Tell you that Revelation 6. Right? In the book of Genesis, man. Right? The Lord, the Lord put the spirit on Esau to be that too, man. You understand? So the Lord says, back in Ezekiel 33, when I bring the sword, the watchman is supposed to, forewarn people, man. Hey, we got to complete. A lot of Israelites don't want to mention the so-called white man. We got to warn the Lord about the sword, man. We got to warn our people about the sword, man. They're the ones with the sword. They're the ones with the military. They're the ones with the missiles, man. We got to warn them about the nations, man. You just one like I warn them about the sword and never know who got it. Somebody out here got a sword. That wouldn't be helpful. We got to identify this man got the sword. So now we can know, who to beware of, who to stay away from, man.
Right.
Who may potentially, cause harm. Right, read up.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet.
Yeah, so we gotta blow the trumpet, man. So when the watchman, we set up as the watchman and blow the trumpet. When you blow that trumpet, the people are supposed to know, hey look, a war is on the rise. You had trumpets, get 1 Corinthians 14 and 8. You had trumpets being blown for different reasons, man. Right, God. Get Psalm 81 and 3.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, verse 7, and even things without life giving sound.
Yeah, things without life that give sound, it's all like the instruments. Right? Different instruments, right? They give sound.
Whether pipe or harp,
pipe or harp,
except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is pipe or harp?
Yeah, it has to give a certain distinction in the sound. I mean, a certain distinct noise, right? That makes you hear like, okay, this is a pipe or this is a harp. So when you hear they both sound different.
Got tones, different tones.
Yeah, different tones. You understand? So if you just hear they all sound the same, you would know the difference. So you have to know, you have to be intelligent enough and be, kind of focused. When you hear that horn blowing, that trumpet being blown, when you hear a certain sound, or that's a sound of war. When you hear a certain sound, or this is the Sabbath day. Another sound, this is the new moon. Right?
For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?
Yeah, you can't give an uncertain sound. You may hear a sound, and it sounds like it's the new moon, and people is up there pouring wine, and our army is about to attack. You don't want to do that. You don't want people to get, on a new moon, getting prepared for a war. They're supposed to be joyful and celebrate, and turn up the righteousness. So you have to understand. So the trumpet that we're blowing is the sound of war, the sound of battle. The Lord is the man of war, right? And war is on the rise, man. Right? World War III is on the rise. Jacob's trouble is on the rise. Death, destruction is on the rise. You understand? And the people have to understand what sound is being given off.
That's right.
If they don't know, they think that we're blowing the trumpet of the new moon right now. See, look at them, they dancing, listening to music. Can't wrong sister. They got, they don't know that the trumpet is being blown. They're not being prepared. So that's why they're going to come like a thief in the night. That's why I'm going to hear them. Say what?
Call with her pants down.
Yeah, called literally. Called with her pants down. Right? Keep that.
So likewise ye, except ye utter by the tongue words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken?
Get out, Isaiah 51.
Book of Psalms, chapter 81, and verse number 3.
Bring it out.
Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
Yeah, so like I said, you got trumpets for different. Every trumpet is not just war. You understand? So you got trumpets for different events, right? For different events and ceremonies and wars. So we have to understand we're not up there. The Christian with a microphone and Bible is not blowing the same trumpet, the same sound that we're blowing.
Right. Oh.
They're not. It's a different trumpet.
Right.
But when the people see it, they think it's all the same. That's why a lot of them think they don't need a stop. They think, they went to church on Sunday. It's like that's a different trumpet, man. That's a different sound, man.
Right.
You haven't heard anything yet.
Right.
You in there and listen to trumpet, you were dancing, rolling on the floor, speaking jibber jabber, saying that you're speaking in tongues. You thought you talked to the Holy Spirit, you was faking it. You know damn well you was faking it.
Yeah.
You understand? And now you think that this is the same. Oh, this is a different trumpet. This is a sound of war, right here. Jeremiah 61. Because Lord showed that Jeremiah, what was it, 51, 57? Or no, 50 and 19.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, in the house of Jacob their sins.
Yeah, so we're lifting up our voice like a trumpet, man. Warning the people. Since it's a sound of battle, man. Yeah, 50 and 19.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Yeah, so it's a sound of battle, man. Right? And that's what's happening. A battle's happening. And the trumpet, and the Lord, in Job 34, 29, the Lord said the horse, he laughs at the trumpet. Right? He says, ha ha, the sound of battle, man. So some people, certain animals, they don't fear the trumpet, man. Right? But the people are supposed to know. As if they're going on about like a horse, as if they don't hear the sound of battle playing in their ears, man. Walking to and fro, man. Right? Right, but the Lord says, when you hear the trumpet, angels, you should fear. You should fear, you should be scared, man. So that's what you got to do to warn the people out of love. Right, be that trumpet for them. Because death is coming. Death is around the corner.
That's right.
But death is not just your grandfather, not just your 90-year-old grandpa. Death is coming for all of Babylon, all of America, man. Right, really the early Lord said, new heavens and new earth, man. You understand? We go to that where it happens like a new age, man. New rulership. This rulership, this age, this kingdom is over with, man.
That's right.
It's circling the drain, like they say, man.
It's unclean.
Yeah, it's unclean. The time is up. Right? You on, borrowed time. Lord, everything's set for a specific time. And when that time comes, it's over, man. You're living in the end, and this is what's happening in the world.
Yeah. Everything out of order.
Yeah. Not wisdom, not
Yeah.
knowledge. Look what the people are doing. Look how they're living. Look at how they're going to and fro throughout the earth during the end of the world.
Yeah. Mind messed up.
Yeah, mom messed up,
Yeah,
not
this
right.
ain't right. Yeah.
You understand?
It ain't right.
All these people, man. You out here, you know, I can just name everything, like smoking out here, man. Beat up out here, wickedness is on their minds. You know, people begging out here, hating each other,
Yeah.
looking for drugs. We just got done doing drugs, looking for more drugs. People out here was, like we talked about for kids last week, shooting, man.
True, yeah.
Shooting, man. So all kinds of wickedness is out here at the end of the world. I'll take it. Oh, you can go back to take it back.
Ezekiel 33:1.
What you say, brother? Yeah, it is going to be worse. What's going to
He's
be?
going to do something godly eventually.
Yeah, he is.
Eventually, he's going to say, okay, I don't see it. It's about to be a
This
change.
Psalm 7:11. What do you think he's going to do?
Don't know exactly how he's going to do it,
Yeah.
but he's going to bring Satan to an end.
Yeah, he's going to bring Satan rules to an end. That's
A
right.
lot of people going to buy into what's going on. It's going to stay perpetuated.
Yep.
And man is going to perpetuate it, and they can't blame it on the devil. But God is eventually going to say, okay, you chose him over me, this how I'm going to do it.
That's right.
This is what you missed out.
That's right. Listen to this, brother.
The book of Psalms, chapter 7 and verse 11. God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry.
God is what?
God is angry
God is angry, upset
with the wicked every day.
every day. How long? Imagine how long God been angry every day. You eventually you kind of blow up. You kind of go off on somebody. If you've been angry every day with somebody for thousands of years, eventually when you finally meet up with them, it ain't gonna be hugs and kisses.
Even he can get fed up.
Yeah, he get fed up every day with the wicked. Every single day he upset. You understand that? And the Lord says that he brings judgment on the earth every day. Every morning. You understand? So what the Lord is coming back to do is put an end to this world. You know, an end to this kingdom. Not like the actual earth, but this age, this rulership is going to be put out. The Lord is giving Isaiah 66 and 15.
I'll be honest with you, I thank you for his mercy, because he should have been gotten rid of me. But evidently, there must be purpose on my life. And I'm looking at the story of Job. Do what you want to him, you can do anything you want but kill him.
Right? Yeah, give me James 5 and 10. I'll show you about Job. Get James 5 and 10.
I should have been to him out of here. For some reason, his hand is still open.
Let's still show you mercy. Bring it out.
The book of James, chapter 5 and verse 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of
So all the prophets are used as an example of what to do, what not, what to do, how to live.
for an example of suffering affliction.
For suffering affliction. The prophets, they suffered affliction. They went through hell. They went through trials and tribulations. Right? They had to overcome things. They had a hard life, like you said, Job, right?
And of patience.
And they showed great patience.
Behold, we count them happy which endure.
Yeah, so you endured. The Lord said we count the prophets happy who endure. Right?
Ye have heard of the patience of Job,
He said, you heard of Job. You heard of how Satan got on Job. You heard about how he lost all his riches. You heard about how he got sick. He lost his children. You heard about how his wife cursed God and God.
He had human reason to say, man, don't say nothing else to me, I'm through with you. But yet and still, his wife said, you can be a fool and still believe in him.
Curse God and
What
God.
you see your house and he said, love
Yep.
worship.
Right. In Matthew, right?
ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord.
So the end, because the Lord says the end is greater than the beginning. Right? This Job 40:14. So our end is the kingdom of heaven. You understand? And the kingdom of heaven is not to be compared to the trials. And this is nothing. Lord willing, we make it get to the kingdom of heaven, you're going to say, this is nothing. It was all worth it. Oh, everything I went through was well worth it. I'll go through it 100 times more for this, for the kingdom. Right? Bring this up.
Okay, God, you help me get myself together, but I messed up again and again. Why did you let me go back out there? Why did you not save me? It was something inside me that said, get ready for your championships.
Listen.
The book of Matthew, chapter 20, and verse number 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children, with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him.
Right, so the mother came to Jesus, whose real name is Yahweh Shah, right, desiring something of him.
And he said unto her, what wilt thou? She said unto him, grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on the right hand and the other on the left.
Right, so look, I want my sons to sit in the kingdom of heaven with me. I want them to kind of, sit on your right hand and your left hand. Right, keep reading.
But Jesus answered and said, ye know not what ye ask.
So you want your kids to make the kingdom of heaven, you don't know what you're asking for, read.
Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of?
He said, are you able to drink of the cup which I shall drink of? What's the cup that Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, drunk of? He got to get them. Yeah, it's a big cup of adversity. The Lord said that the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. Right? So he drink of that big old cup. He had to swallow and deal with everything that came with it. Whether it was persecution, whether it's them making false accusations against him, whether it was spitting on him, plucking his beard, whipping his back up, right? Like whipping our Lord back up like a slave. He had to deal with that. Putting the nails in his head. Yeah, remember the Lord asked his father to, if it's possible, take this home. Right? But he had to do it. He had to do it for you. If he didn't do it, you wouldn't have got that mercy.
That's right. That's right.
For the choices I make, I know His mercy is on me.
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's right. But what I'm saying is that the mercy that's on you came because he died for you and rose again. If he didn't die and rise again for you, you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that mercy.
That's right.
Right? Let me show you something. Get 1 Corinthians 3. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Because though we get mercy from the Lord, much mercy, He's very merciful. During this time of mercy, we gotta live upright lives. We gotta be righteous. We can't take advantage of His mercy. It's like a son. If I tell my son clean his room and his room dirty, I show him mercy. I don't spank his butt. I'm saying, look, I'm showing you mercy. I'm sparing you. That don't mean tomorrow take advantage of, he didn't do nothing yesterday, so I'm gonna have my room dirty again. Now you gotta say, I appreciate that. Let me keep my room clean.
You know, the pastor wrote a book about the attitude of a lot of Christians, and they abuse God's mercy. The book was called How Close Can I Come to See You Still Go Wrong.
See that? That's what I would think. Listen to this. Read up.
The book of 1 Corinthians.
Well, before you get that, get Romans 6. Get Romans 6.
Somebody made a joke one time about, well, I love to sin, God love to forgive, so it all work out.
Yeah, the Lord said that He hates.
It don't work out.
Well, the Lord hates sinners. Yeah, the Lord hates. Well, that's not something that we learn in church, that God actually hates certain things. He hates certain people. Right?
The book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 1.
Bring it up.
What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin,
We keep sinning.
that grace may be abound?
We keep sinning that because we have grace.
God forbid.
God forbid. No. God forbid that we continue in our sin just because we're given grace and mercy.
How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
Yeah, we're supposed to be dead to sin. We can't continue to live in it.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not
That's
easy.
why
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16.
And I'm sure you know this, Elder. Men don't make excuses, right? We don't make excuses. We get the job done as men. So if we know that the Lord wants to stop doing a certain sin, if we're struggling with lust, for example, we got to overcome that. And if it's hard for us, we got a lot of hard work to do. But we can do it. So when I read this, I know that you can overcome it. Right? Bring it up.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
So you are the temple of God. Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth within you?
And God dwells, His Spirit goes with you. Read.
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
The Lord said you defile your temple or His temple, He will destroy you. So how do you, what is the way that the man defile His temple?
By not obeying.
By not obeying.
Supposed to do.
Right, what about smoking?
That's the foul.
That's the foul.
You don't operate in a contaminated vessel.
That's right. That's right. Do you
So that's why I say,
do you
I'm
smoke?
playing him. Yeah.
So we gotta try. We gotta put that effort into it. You know,
It ain't him that put lashes on me. I separate myself from the blessings he has for me because he cannot operate on another frequency. He doesn't agree. If I'm not living in concert with the agenda of heaven, he can't help.
right.
So I don't blame him. It's like, you know, you made your choice.
Good
I'm
time.
here for you. I'm available for you. If you want what I'm offering you, you can have it. But I can't give it to you like that.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Right, like you said, if you the temple defiled, if not you're dealing with an unclean man, Lord can't deal with you. Right, read something.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse number 4.
Read out.
For into a malicious soul.
The Lord said a malicious soul, right? A man full of malice, strife, contention, hate. Read.
Wisdom shall not enter.
Wisdom can't dwell in that malicious soul. So if you defile your temple on a physical level, by like that smoking, tattoos, eating unclean food, the Lord can't dwell in it. And if you defile your temple, on a more spiritual level, in terms of being a wicked, evil man, a man of sin, and a man of malice, then the Lord can't deal with that either. You understand that? So we gotta make sure that we're purifying ourselves, carnally and spiritually as well. You understand? So the Lord can dwell within us. You understand? Can work with us. Right? Give me Psalms chapter 5, verse 5. You got it. Oh, get Psalms 5, 5.
Psalm 1 is the one that gets those things.
That's the Psalm 1 to get. Right? That's the real good. You got it.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 5, verse number 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest
Now what?
Thou hatest
The Lord hates.
all workers of iniquity.
The Lord said He hates workers of iniquity. So we gotta make sure it's not just how close back to sin into heaven, or what did He say earlier? God hates sin and love grace, something like that. Yeah. So the point is that God hates the workers, not just the sin. Those who work the sin, the Lord hates. You understand? So we gotta make sure we on God's loving side. But God is not just all love. He get angry like we read earlier. He gets upset. The Lord said He's a jealous God. He gets jealous. If you worship other idols and all the false God, that's going to make the Lord jealous. That's right.
And so I know when I'm not obeying him, I'm not intentionally practicing witchcraft, but I'm working against it. I'm worshiping another altar.
Yep. And the Lord said, I suffer not a witch to live. Right? So if you accept rebellious to accept witchcraft, and Lord, let's do a witch. The Lord said, I can't suffer a witch to live. God, kill a witch. That's the evil spirit. So we gotta be living righteous. Give me that. I wanted that. Ecclesiastes 8. That's how I thought earlier. Ecclesiastes 8:11. We're talking about not being able to sin, even though we got grace and mercy. Ecclesiastes 8:11.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11.
Read out.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
A sentence against me, judgment against an evil work is not executed speedily, mean right away. You understand? Give me 2 Peter 3. Meaning if I go home tonight and commit adultery, I may not get judged right away. You understand? Nothing may not happen. I may get away with it. Nothing bad happen. What is it? She may not get pregnant. You got the usher something. Say she's pretty pregnant. She may not get pregnant. I may not get an STD. Nothing bad probably will happen. Probably. Right? Yeah, nothing like
law
that.
of attraction. The frequencies operating on the time.
Yeah, I think that's
From the top, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
So because things don't happen, people don't get judged right away, it's in their minds to continue to evil. They'll keep doing it. Because they smoke, yeah, because they smoke that, exactly because they smoked a cigarette one time, they didn't catch cancer, they say, hey, I'm smoking up. They didn't, they didn't die, I'm smoking up. Well, but if you had, got judged every time you even thought about it, hey, you would have like, why not? That's what a kid do. A kid, when they touch that stove, they instantly feel the top, and they long over to stop it. But what if they was touching it and never felt the, got hot? That's
like
they'll blow the house.
you said about
House burned down.
You don't get cancer off your first pack of cigarettes, but you keep smoking them because you're working your way in.
Working your way in, that's right. Or another, you never know. You gotta be careful. You may go in the store, buy some cigarettes, and somebody trying to rob the place and they're shooting you. You would have avoided that if you wasn't there trying to buy them cigarettes. These gas stations and stuff like that, dangerous. You understand? So, usually where people buy cigarettes, especially in the inner city, usually one of the most dangerous places to go. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen.
You go in here, use the bathroom, and I gotta come back out.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for listening. Hey, you have a blessing too. Oh yeah. So we don't gotta go there. Let's go back to Jeremiah 15:22.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 22.
Isaiah 9:6.
A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Yeah, that's Esau. Esau, the hammer of the whole earth. Just beating us down. We didn't nail Esau the hammer. Just all they do is destroy. Hammer will do nothing else. Just oppress and beat and kind of just stump on them. Keep reading.
How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee.
Yeah, so what is it? It's a sound of battle in the land, man. Right? And we're calling there along. Hey brother, what's your nationality? African American. Come talk to us, brother. You believe in the Bible? Alright, can you find the word African American in the Bible? We'll give you $1,000 if you can. It's not in there, right? So what did God call us? Is everybody a child of God? Alright, let's get Romans 9:7. You believe in the Bible? Alright, so we about to see the Bible says about everybody being a child of God.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 7.
Read it out.
Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham.
A lot of people come from Abraham, a lot of nations. He said, just because you come from Abraham,
Are they all children?
just because you come from Abraham, that don't mean you're a child.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
But Isaac are the children of God don't come from, because Abraham had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. So just because you come from Abraham doesn't mean that you're a child of God. The children of God don't just come from Abraham, they also come from Abraham and then Isaac. And then to that lineage going on to Jacob. So no, we're not. We just read again, verse 7.
Book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 7. Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham.
Neither are because they're the seed of Abraham. Just because you come from Abraham,
Are they all children?
don't mean that we're all children.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Seed is going to come from Isaac. So not just Abraham, but then his son Isaac. So for example, if I have two sons, one John and one is Will, and then God said the children of God are going to come from John. So just because you come from me doesn't mean that you're a child of God, because Will and his kids are not children of God. The children of God is me, John, and everybody that comes from John. You understand that? My son John. So everybody is not a child of God. We just read the children of God come from Abraham and Isaac. That's a good question. Yeah, Exodus 1:22. And further, it's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we're going to show you.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 22.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel
Israel.
is my son, even my firstborn.
So the sons of God is Israel. The Israelites are the sons of God. You understand that? Everybody else is not a child of God. Well, you gotta go into Deuteronomy 28. You answering some good questions, brother. How do we know we come from Israel? Yeah, start at verse 45. You got it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 45.
Get out.
Are you familiar with Moses? What do you know about Moses? Yeah, why did he do that? The water? Why did they need to cross that water? Why was Pharaoh chasing? Wait, saying like, we chasing kill him, but why did he even start chasing him? Okay, they were slaves. They were slaves in ancient Egypt. Moses said, let my people go. They wanted to escape, so Pharaoh hunted them down to try to kill them or bring them back into slavery. So Moses split the Red Sea so they can escape. This is after that happened. So after they escaped out of slavery under the hand of Pharaoh and the Egyptians, this is what Moses is telling them through God. What God is telling them by the hand of Moses.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45.
Get out.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because
So curses are going to fall upon the Israelites who just got out of slavery until they be destroyed because of their disobedience. Keep reading.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Because they didn't listen to, if they don't listen to the voice of God, they're going to be cursed. Read.
to keep his
If
commandments
they don't keep God's commandments, they're going to be cursed. Read.
and his statutes which he commanded thee. Keep going. And they shall be upon thee
The curse is going to be upon them
for a sign.
for a sign. So you say, how do we know we come from Israel? These curses are going to be upon them for a sign. A sign is used to identify something. You understand? We know that you got a Cleveland Cavaliers hat because the sign on it. It don't even say Cavaliers, but the sign lets you know this is a Cavaliers hat. You understand? If I got a check on my shoe, that sign is going to let you know this is a Nike shoe. 3 stripes, that sign lets you know it's Adidas. This sign lets you know in the middle lane you can only go straight. You understand? These signs is going to let me know who going to identify who come from Israel. You understand? These curses are going to be used as a sign to identify who come from Israel. Read 46 of that.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Forever.
Forever. So even in 2023, if we thinking, I wonder who are the children of God. I wonder who come from Israel. Who are the Israelites? Well, the curses on the Israelites forever. So we got to just read the curses and say, okay, what people on the earth fit these curses? So let's say you're African American. You got African American up here. Let's say we got a white man up here. We got a Chinese man up here. We got an Arabic man up here. We got an African man up here. So forth and so on. We read these curses. If you don't fit them one by one, everybody got to leave. We're going to see who's the last man still standing and that fit every single curse. You understand that? So imagine there was other races of men up here, and you tell me, can they fit this? Read verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So when the Israelites are hungry, they're going to have to depend on their enemies for food, right? They're going to have to be in that slave plantation and say, Master, I'm hungry. They're going to have to wait till Master open a McDonald's by their house. They're going to have to wait till Master open up a grocery store. They're going to have to, if they don't eat. If Master don't open up a grocery store, they don't eat. If Master don't put a corner store in the middle of their neighborhood, they don't eat. Right, keep reading.
And in thirst.
If Master don't put water in the stores, they don't have nothing to drink. If he don't put Hennessy in the stores, they won't have nothing to turn up to. Keep reading. Gatorade, etc.
And in nakedness.
Clothes on their backs. Master, their enemy, is supplying the clothes on their back. So now we have to ask ourselves, what people on the earth are 100% dependent on for food, water, and clothing? They can't depend on their own race. They're depending on another race that is their enemy. Is the white man dependent? Who is the white man's enemy? So he don't even got an enemy to depend on. He definitely don't depend on us. You understand? Who is the Chinese man enemy? And is he dependent on him? No, he's not. Who is the black man's enemy? Are we dependent on him? Yeah. All right, so we fit that one. Keep reading.
And in want of all things.
That busts everything. Education and moral, we're dependent. Keep reading. Driver license. Keep reading.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Now, who had a yoke of iron around their neck? Black people. The Chinese man. Is it the Chinese man? Is it the Korean man? It's us. A dependent people with a yoke of iron around their necks. Jump to verse 54.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
What people got an evil eye towards their brother? Seem like us. Keep reading.
It's like it. And toward the wife of his bosom.
What people got an evil eye towards their woman? Yeah, we're not saying that nobody, everybody, white people kill white people, Chinese people kill Chinese people, everybody kill really, whoever in your proximity. I'm talking about forever. Like you said, remember we read forever. So we're seeing that whenever the Israelites are being disobedient, they have curses on them. When they have an evil eye towards their brother, they have a yoke of iron around their neck. They'll be a dependent people. You understand? They'll, have an evil eye towards the wife of their bosom. They're gonna be in these conditions as long as they're being a rebellious people. As long as they continue to go against God, they're gonna be at this condition. You may think, well, God made everybody. God made everybody. But that don't mean that everybody's a child of God. Right? Let me give you the scripture real quick. Amy was first. Right? So if God made everybody, but everybody's not a child of God. You understand? You are a creation. Everybody's a creation, but is everybody a child? Meaning, do he deal with everybody like a father deal with children? You understand? Why are nobody else getting punished? You understand? A good father will punish his child. You will let your child do whatever. So why they don't get punished? Why we get punished? Everything, but not on a scale. Like for example, they say statistically, we only 13% of America's population, so-called African Americans. That's what they say. They can't really number us, but that's what they say. So we're a small percentage. The white people make up, they say, like 60% of American population. But we abort babies like 4 times more than they do. So we got this little group of people who got 4 times as many abortions as a large group of people. So do they abort? Yeah, but who is that really affected? Can white guy be in poverty? Yeah, but who's that really affected? It's us. Who's on a major scale really being judged? Yeah, they kill white people, but who's mainly dying? Who's mainly being murdered? You understand? It's us. Yeah, look at this white. He's on drugs, but who's mainly out here on drugs and homeless? It's us. Right? Bring this up.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse number 1.
Bring it out.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Israelites.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
God brought us up from Egypt.
Saying, you only,
everybody.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
All the families God just told the Israelites, I only know y'all. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you for your iniquity.
So we get judged for our sins because God knows us. Right? You have children? Yeah, so let's say you have children, you may tell your son, your daughter, whatever, hey, be home by the time the street lights come on. You go outside, you look at the clock, and you see them street lights on, or you look outside, see the street lights on, and they're not in the house yet, you're going to step outside. And you see they playing with all the other kids on the block. Do you whoop everybody on the block? Do you punish everybody on the block, or only your children? Yeah, and you only know them. You don't care what, you didn't tell little Timmy, you didn't give Timmy no rules. God said, I only know y'all, so I'm going to punish y'all. I don't care what a Chinese man got going on.
I feel that God only punishes because he loves us.
That's our point. In Hebrews 12 and 16. That's our point. That we're his sons, so as his sons, we get judged. Who cares what they got going on? God don't. So God said the children of Israel are his children. We are his sons and his daughters. So if we go off, just like if your son go off and your daughter go off, you punish them. Who cares what the kids on the block are doing? You don't care about that, right? Read this out.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse number 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourge every son whom he receiveth.
So the two children of God are going to get judged by God because of love. And it's supposed to be for correction. You know what I'm saying? So, okay.
If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is whom the Father hath chasteneth not?
You be a bad father not chastise your son. You know, that'd be a terrible father. Just let him just do whatever. You know, you might as well not even beat him. You're going to just let him do whatever. You no guidance, no correction, right? No protection. Yeah, no rules, no morals you passing down. Yeah, boundaries. You might as well just leave. You understand? So the Lord is saying, look, I'm judging y'all. You know, not to the point where you're just completely destroyed, but to the point where you realize, look, the error of your ways. And as long as you're continuing in sin as a nation, we're going to keep seeing our. You may think that we're in this low condition because of maybe finances. Maybe because they didn't teach us about credit in high school. That's what some people think. That's not the reason why. Maybe because they shut down all the factories that was giving us good jobs. That's not why. Maybe it's because the police keep messing. That's not why. It's because we're rebelling against God. You understand? Listen around you. Everything around you, brother, is rebelling against God. You understand? So we have to come back to the Lord, and then we'll be prosperous. We was once, give me Lamentations 5. We was once rulers. We was once kings on the earth. You understand? Get this picture of us right here. You wasn't just anybody. We was kings, princes. You understand? Royalty. But you rebel against God, now this what you become. Just a slave. You understand? Just a second-class citizen. So how do we get back on top? It's not group economics. It's not. It's none of that. It's let's serve God. He'll put us back on top. Right? Bring it up.
So what about? Go ahead. Like if I'm doing good, I see I didn't change my ways and I'm doing better. I still see there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, right. The Lord said a just man falls 7 times, but get up again. So, but we have to strive for perfection. We have to truly we have to examine ourselves and be honest with ourselves and say, am I truly, I'm not going to be 100% perfect. I'm in the flesh. I may sin. I may have a lustful dream. Anything can happen. But I got to be honest with myself. Am I truly trying to serve the Lord the right way, the most perfect way I can? Or am I just saying, I mean, we all sin. I mean, I'm doing better, but I mean, damn. We doing that, or we saying, no, I know I'm going to sin, but I'm going to still try my hardest to make sure I'm in the right place. Right? Listen to this.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 5, and verse 1.
Bring it out.
16.
Verse 16, Shalaki. The crown is fallen from our head.
The crown belongs on the king's head. But the crown has fallen, meaning we once was kings. If it falls from our head, we're no longer kings. We're no longer royalty.
The crown is fallen from our head. Woe unto us that we have sinned.
Why the crown fall?
Woe unto us that we have sinned.
Because we have sinned. So because of sin, that crown is falling from our head. We read the Bible, everybody can think of in the Bible are Israelites. If everybody's a child of God, why all the most righteous, well-known people are all one nation? Jesus Christ, Israelite. King Solomon, Israelite. King David, Israelite. King Hezekiah, Israelite. Everybody, even Adam, the son of God, everybody are Israelites, sons of God. Abraham, sons of God. Noah, anybody you know in the Bible, Peter, Paul, John, it's all one race of people. It's never another race. Every time it's another race, God is talking bad about it. An Edomite, God hates the Edomite. A Moabite, an Edomite is a so-called white man today. Get Genesis 25. See, everybody have a biblical nationality. You're not going to find Asian American in the Bible. You're not going to find Italian in the Bible. You understand? These are modern day terms. You're not going to find African Americans. Well, the Bible is more than just Israel, but in terms of, you got other people in the Bible. You got the Moabites, Hamites, other people like that. But the Bible is about a marriage between God and his wife. And on another, it's a marriage from beginning to end about a God and his people.
Teach y'all.
That's what it's about. A God and his people. And the relationship, the ups and downs they go through. You know how they fight, they argue, they rebel, they come back together, they love each other. It's a family. It's a family book about God and his children. You understand? how God had to punish, how the Father had to punish his children by putting other people on them.
So in the end, is Revelation. Do we have to go? I mean, is
You
it
got
going to end up going? Is it just that bad? It's going to end up to where we ain't going to be saved? Like,
Well, you know, well, first of all, give me Zechariah 13:8. Everybody's not going to be saved. You understand? Even all the Israelites, even all God's sons won't be saved. You understand? Everybody's not going to be saved. But the elect will be. A few men and women on the earth will be saved. Everybody else is going to die.
is it true that the Bible say 144,000? Is that true? Like,
144,000 is in the Bible, yeah, Revelation 7. But it's more than just 144 that's going to be saved. We're going to deal with it. Let's go there first, Revelation 7. But you're going to have, before that, did Isaiah 9 and 6. You're going to have a government on the earth. Kingdom of heaven is not going to be in the sky. It's going to be here on earth. It's going to be here on earth. And just like how, well, I won't say just like, but how this society is set up with a government. You have the elites, you have the president, you have all these people. Then you have like the rich people, you have billionaires, then you have millionaires. Then you got the everyday people, then you got homeless people. It's a government. It's similar in the kingdom of heaven where you're going to have the 144,000, which is going to be set up as a governed body with the Lord. You understand that? You're going to have the 12 disciples ruling. You got the 144,000 ruling. Of course, you're going to have Christ ruling. And then you're going to have what's called 1/3. Let me bring it up first.
The book of Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
For unto us a child is born. Unto us a son is given.
Which is Christ, Jesus, whose real name is Yahweh Shai in Hebrew. Right?
And the government shall be upon his shoulders.
So he's going to have the government. He's going to set up a government on the earth, a righteous government. You understand? Which is led by not only him and the 12, but also with 144,000. Right? Bring it up.
It's the book of Revelation chapter, which one?
8, 7.
Book of Revelation chapter 7 and verse number 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Now, the 4 angels represent a number of completion. You understand? It's not literally 4. And the winds represent destruction. We read Jeremiah 50. They're not literally holding back wind. They're holding back the destruction from happening on the earth.
That the wind should not blow on the earth.
Right? So destruction. Well, let's prove that real quick. Get Jeremiah 51. We don't prove that. We don't want to just say it. And now you just maybe believe it. You want to prove it.
All right.
Because we can say anything. People hold Bibles all the time a lot. Let's prove it.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations.
My bad. 51 to 1. Sorry.
what made you turn to how you know this so much about? How you know how to go to the Bible so vivid?
Well, I seen other men doing what I'm doing now, and it, inspired me. And I continue to grow. They plant that seed. I continue to grow. I mean, I guess you could say, maybe my parents, set a foundation, made me love God. Or, I don't. Maybe, they wasn't doing what I'm doing. They wasn't as deep into it, But it's set a foundation, I guess, to always love God.
I want to ask you.
But I didn't grow up like this, though. Yeah, I grew up, probably similar to when you grew up. I grew up regular black kid in Cleveland, in the inner city of Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Doing some wild stuff. But then, like I said, that's what people do. People be selling drugs and believing in God. They be doing all type of crazy stuff believing in God. So I guess,
So why you not a millionaire? Why you not rich?
well, you don't got, you said, do I know what?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this question about 144,000 first. Then I ask you, why I'm not a millionaire.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
A destroying wind, right? So I mean destruction, right? So go back to Revelation 7.
Book of Revelation,
So like I said earlier, Isaiah 9, that the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have a government set up.
Revelation chapter 7 and verse number 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth,
Hold it back to destruction.
that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
That's talking about the people. The trees is not literal trees. It's talking about the people. People are likened unto trees in the Bible.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
To hurt the earth, right? Not with wind, but with destruction.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
So the destruction is not going to happen on the earth until the servants of God are sealed. Once the servants of God are sealed with the knowledge of truth, once they're being righteous, the Lord not waiting on the whole world, just a specific amount of servants. And once that number is sealed, once the last brother come in and repent, now it's time to let the winds go. Now it's time to let the destruction go. You said what? Yeah.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Even 144,000 is only amongst us. Everybody can't be 144,000. You got the possibility where you possibly can be 144,000. Some white guy named Frank, he'll never be 144,000, no matter what he do. You understand? Only the children of Israel, which are the blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians, only them can even have the opportunity to be a part of that 144,000. You just said out of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
So Judah got 12,000?
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
And so forth. We're not going to read all the 12, but so forth and so on. All the 12 tribes make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Only those people can be a part of that government body. This world, you got the white people being in government, you got Chinese people ruling the government, but in the world to come, we're going to be the ones ruling the government. We're going to rule the earth. You understand? With our Lord. You understand? And then I want to get to 1/3, Zechariah 13:8. But it's not just, how you doing, brother? But it's not just the 144,000 who are saved. You know what I'm saying? Bring us up. 13, Zechariah 13:8.
The book of Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off.
So 2 parts are going to be cut off and die.
And die. But the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried.
So the fire, they're going to go through that trial and tribulation to come out of the gold.
Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 10.
Hold on for a second, brother. We're trying to answer the brother question real quick. No, you're good, brother. So the point is that you're going to have, it's levels, right? Even in Matthew chapter 5 and 17. So in the kingdom of heaven, everyone's not going to be equal in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to have a government body, you're going to have people ruling, you're going to have kings, you're going to have judges, princes, you're going to have the everyday, Israelite, you're going to have, some more everyday Israelites. And then you're going to have, you're going to have the children, the 2/3 come back. Then you're going to have a bunch of just nothing, and then you're going to have the heathens.
We're supposed to all be perfect by the time we get to heaven, right? Why would it be doing judgment over us? Why would it be?
You said, why would people govern over us?
Why would angels or higher power have to? Why do they have to be levels?
No, well, these are not angels. These are the men. 144,000 are 144,000 Israelite men. But this is how the Lord set it up. Now you're gonna have people who are, maybe more righteous. You know what I'm saying? Who just was predestined. You know what I'm saying? To be a part of that 144,000. For whatever reason, we don't know why the 12 disciples was ruling, but the Lord said 12 disciples would rule, and he, but he didn't pick Abraham. I can't tell you, why not. I would think in my mind maybe Abraham was over before me. But that's not how the Lord got it set up. You understand? Bring this up. Matthew 5 and 17.
The book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
Think not that I am come to
But this is someone answering your question too.
Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
So the Lord said, till heaven and earth pass, you got to still keep the commandments.
Till all be fulfilled.
So everything in this Bible come to pass. You got to go. If everything has to come to pass, you still got to keep the commandments.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so.
If you start saying, this commandment don't really matter, this one ain't that big of a deal, I can break that and teach other people that it's okay to break it.
he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
He said, in the kingdom, you still make it to the kingdom of heaven, but you just wanted the least ones in the kingdom of heaven. Can you read it?
But whosoever shall do
If you do the commandments,
and teach them,
teach the commandments,
the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
so in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have levels. You're going to put some people great, some people going to be just, least. Some people going to have a nice house in the kingdom of heaven in the suburbs, maybe a little land. Some people going to have mansions. You know what I'm saying? Some people may have a 10-bedroom mansion. Some people may have 1,000.
I believe when you get to heaven, it's not gonna be good. You don't even gonna think about that.
Yeah, but it would be levels because we're gonna have order.
Everything gotta be structured.
Yeah, everything gonna have structure. You're gonna have
Structure,
judges. You're gonna have princes. You're gonna have
Order.
people who bring out order. You're gonna have officers.
Right.
You understand?
Perfect in heaven.
No, you're not gonna be perfect, but you still have order. Everybody in the kingdom. You're gonna have some of the nations who may still go off. You got to bring them to the judge. People are gonna be given different roles in the kingdom of heaven. More responsibility than maybe the next, and that depends on how you live in now or how the Lord just predestined that to be that way. You understand? So, it's not that. Let's just say you're 144,000 and I'm the 1/3. You're a governing body. I'm just a regular Israelite. It's not that I'm not perfect, but you got more responsibility. You understand? We all got a crown, but you got rulership, more of rulership. I would have rulership, but not on the level that you have rulership. You may have 1,000 servants. I may have 100. You understand? And you get what you get.
Book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 24. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin.
Read it.
And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and thou shalt not sin.
So you got peace in your land, not sin. Right? Bring this up. Yeah.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 12, and verse.
Woman may, be tripping on it. You understand? You doing good. It is what it is. Sometimes not even just you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't help that your lady may be losing it. Making it hard for you to see your kids or something like that. So certain stuff just happen. A job may, it's firing you. Or anything. But bring this up. It's great thing. It started like 14.
My name is Andrew, bro. That was shot.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 15. 16. Slakia. And these are they likewise which are.
So the Lord is talking about in this chapter, he's giving a parable of different people that come into the knowledge of God. Right? Different people that come into the faith.
And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately.
Start at 14.
Verse 14. The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, where the word
You're by the wayside. We're sowing the word, you listen. Right?
where the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately.
So some people hear the word, but maybe Satan will come. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you got 2 phone calls. Everything is spiritual. That makes somebody start taking the word. Some people say, I gotta take this phone. So some people will hear that. Maybe a girl will walk by. And we didn't see that happen. A woman, especially in the summertime, they be listening. Some women walk by in shorts, and they gone.
Take off. Yeah.
So Satan will take away the word immediately.
But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately, and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, Slakia, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness.
Some people immediately, they hear it, they say, this is it. I like this.
And have not root in themselves,
But they're not truly rooted.
and so endure but for a time.
They endure for a little bit, they be in it for a little bit.
Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises
But when affliction comes,
for the word's sake,
for the word,
immediately they are offended.
now they're offended.
And these are they which are sown amongst thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word.
So some people, when they hear the word, they be with it, but then they get afflicted for the sake of the word. You may hear this, and now you may say, you may go back. I don't know if you with your, mother, child or not, but you may say, look, I want us to change everything. I want us to live righteous lives now, and then she may not be with it. And now she kind of give you a hard time. You trying to, maybe she may say you trying to control her. You trying to change her. I'm not saying her. It can be anything. I'm gonna give an example.
I could be feeling good, like I feel good.
Yeah.
The word, and I could go back and get a phone call from my job saying, you got
Right. Yup.
that off.
Yeah, it can be anything.
Now just be like,
Now, yeah, some people would say, man, I'm not gonna believe. Yeah, they do that. And then it also says some people will hear the word, but because the lust of riches, they'll choke the word, meaning it'll end up dying out. You understand? They may say, man, I love the word, but I'm making money right now. I'm getting to the money. I'm not, because we talk to people up here sometimes. They might be selling drugs, for example, and make a lot of money. You making it 500 a day, 1,000, 400 a day, whatever you're making. It ain't easy to just say, I'm gonna go home and flush it all down the toilet, get rid of it, and now I'm gonna serve the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's not always easy for people. Some people just go like, want to serve the Lord, but I'm not gonna do it. Ultimately, because I can't stop changing. I want to, I gotta chase the bag, for example. Or they may want to be in the corporate world. It don't have to be drugs. They can be in the corporate world. And they so focused on, trying to level up in their career, and be the next president that they're not really focused on about.
Rapper, actor, a rapper, an actor.
Yeah, rapper. You trying to be a rapper, you can't really
chasing a career,
Yeah, that's like if Lil Durk. We see Lil Durk. We see NBA YoungBoy. He ain't gonna,
say myself, like I'm just a single father. I got my daughter, she's 11, my son 7. I just go to work, come home every day. I try not to lie, I try not to steal. I know I'm the left back the girls, but I know that's the sin too.
Yeah.
That's the man, like,
Well, it's not really.
all I do is like go home, come home from work.
Yeah.
Try not to lie or steal. I ain't gonna steal.
Right.
I try not to do bad or people.
Yeah, it's other things, like, let me give you an example. 1 Corinthians 3:16. That's a good, start. But then, we gotta continue to grow in this thing. Somebody say, some people struggle with life. They want it, they just can't stop. Some people got a stealing spirit, they just gotta steal. But it's like, we already get past that. Now it's other stuff we gotta overcome.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Know ye not that ye are the temple?
Because everybody got a different spirit. What may be an easy sin for you to cut off may not be another sin for another person to cut off. Like before this, I'm pretty sure all of us up there smoked weed before. It was pretty easy for me to stop. Once I heard I can't smoke weed, I just stopped. But see that brother around there, he was struggling with it. It took him a minute to finally stop. Me, it was just like, oh, you can't smoke weed? All right, quit. And now it's just easy. But I may deal with other stuff. Maybe I'll struggle with the pride. Maybe not pride off easily. Maybe I'll struggle with, like that lust. Maybe, hate. Maybe I had grudges. Maybe I hold grudges a lot. This brother, you can get over stuff easy. So everybody's different, but we want to continue to grow.
That kind of spirit, like, it's hard for me not to steal. I can steal. I just try to fight that, but it's hard.
Yeah.
But I know God knows.
Yeah, and the Lord also got faith, because the Lord will provide for you. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to steal no more. You understand? That's why the Lord said in Ephesians, let him who steal no more. You understand? So the Lord is going to provide. The Lord is going to make sure it'll be good. You understand? The Lord is, when you come to the Lord is going to, he know what you need. You understand? He gonna make a way for you. You understand? You may not be a billionaire, you may not be a millionaire, but he gonna make sure you take care of it. Right? Or you make it. You never know. Right? Bring it up.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God, dwelleth in you?
So you're the temple of God. God's Spirit dwells in you.
If any man defile the temple of God,
If you defile your temple,
him shall God destroy.
the Lord say gonna destroy you if you defile your temple. Like smoking cigarettes. Right? That's how you can defile your temple. You can spiritually defile your temple. Being a thief, being a liar, being a lustful man, adulterer. You can, physically defile by smoking, whatever the case may be. Unclean food. That can all defile your temple.
Tattoos, cutting yourself.
Yep, tattoos. So you don't want to, defile your temple. Because God, people think God dwells in these buildings, you know, or some church. But God's saying the true temple, the true church is you. He dwells in you. If you went and smoked inside of the church and sitting in the back of the pews, God's not even in that. In there. That's just a building. So how much more so in you? You read Acts 7.
The book of Acts,
Luke 12 and 15.
7 and verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
So God don't dwell inside of a temple that was made with hands, bricks, cements, nails, and hammers. He dwells in a temple that man can't create, which is you, by your flesh, read.
As saith the prophet, heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will you build me?
You can't build a Lord a house. People say, we're in the house of the Lord. I know the Spirit is in here. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit is within us, right? The Spirit is within our nation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't defile that. Read something.
The book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 15. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness.
Covetousness is when you want, almost like feeding for something. When you want something, you know, more than, let's say, normal. And one thing makes some Jordans, okay, I like them, I want some Jordans. But then you have some people like, man, I gotta have them Jordans. I'll do anything. I'll steal for them. I'll rob for them. I'll sell drugs for them. You know, I'll do whatever. You know, some people do a lot of sexual immoral things for them. They'll do whatever they gotta do to get them Jordans. Use your rent, yeah. You don't gotta deep, just use your rent money. You know, it's like you being covetous, right, Kiri?
For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
Yeah, man's life is not about what he has. You understand? A man cannot be judged based off, you know, the things that he has, but, you know, the content of his character. How do he, you know, do he serve God? You know, is he faithful? You can have nice things, of course. If you got money, you want a nice car, buy a nice car. You want some nice shoes, buy some nice shoes. Right? But that's